This is very defensible for the kings because there's only one
I think,
normal
yeah.
lane in.
Yeah. And the other thing that Karkina
So-
such things.
Are we not allowed to go through the water?
Nope.
Very defensible.
No,
for the kings because
ships.
there's only one
I think,
normal
yeah.
lane.
I didn't ask about ships.
I mean, you can go
if
through
you
the
want to walk
water,
a juggernaut
but
through the
Are we not
water,
allowed to
that's
go
I would
A-okay.
like to point out that everything but the
Yeah.
front is sheer cliff wall. I was
I
just in the
didn't ask
match
about ships.
in game.
Hmm.
It's sheer cliff.
Ah, okay.
So the Kings are starting in spot 2?
Yes.
Like, I don't mind starting as a king since I suggested this.
I always like being the test bed for kings because when it's unfair, like favored towards the peasants, it can feel really rough for the kings. So I don't like putting people in that spot.
Happy to jump up there as well then.
And I also think kings actually gets access to 3 geos here.
Oh, really?
And one of them is parked, so we can actually make it a Cerberus and cover the entire right side.
Oh, gross. Gross. I love it. The Cerberus is actually surprisingly good against spam.
Yeah, because it just hits 3 big shells and it's just like bang, bang, bang.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to increase the team size so we can get more people into Team 1?
Balance is off. People just need to switch.
Yep, just drag them over.
And defeat our triangle.
What's that triangle?
I mean, feels like a triangle when we finish building it.
So it's just 3 that's gonna be there.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Oh god.
There's only room for
If
3.
There is technically room for more, but then we'll have to have somebody play communism. And communism on king seems pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That is one rule that it's unwritten, but communism for kings is basically banned.
Yeah.
You can share like your T2 constructors and stuff, but it's also not that great because build power is always the biggest issue.
Yeah, but it's also why communism is so nasty for us, because we basically, if let's say we had 4 kings, that's 800 build power immediately.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We can actually put
by
the
one sniper.
we can do the strict 10-minute no rush in this one because does the north actually need to leave that area and does the kings need to leave the hill?
Yeah, basically I would say the no man's zone is anything between the first set of cliffs and our hilltop.
Yeah. So yeah, we can actually put no rush on.
Also, the island you guys can spawn on is no. But then again, with no rush timer, that fixes it.
I mean,
Yes,
look, if someone
all
spawns
island?
on that island, they'll just be stuck there.
Now, which island do you mean? There's 2.
The both
The
of them.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're getting that so we can get enough mexes for you, because we kind of need to pull you that far down so you can actually spawn in all of the necessary spots.
Okay. And between the top left island and the mainland, that's reverse.
Top left. There is some places where you can walk a unit over. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the top left island you get, but the 2 small islands you don't.
Is this
Well-
water or ice?
It's water,
Water. Okay.
but no navy. The reason why we say no navy, otherwise you can just make a missile ship and say fuck you kings.
Put it at the back and
Yeah. And that's not fun.
You could set shields to bounce everything.
Ducks.
No, you
Ducks would
can't
work.
bounce missiles.
You can't
Yes, you
bounce.
can.
Oh, you can set them to bounce. You can set
Yeah.
them to bounce everything,
Oh, okay.
but
Nah.
That's
It's
okay,
just
no
easier
navy.
to say no navy.
But ducks and platypi are not navy, right?
No,
they
it's
are
good,
perfectly
but-
acceptable.
But
I-
it's no use because you
Well,
can't
just
get
look-
up there from the behind.
Like, I will say, when we get in, just go ahead and try to platypus and ducks. Just try it.
You're telling the people in this lobby that they can't come up from behind?
That island is pure cliff wall everywhere but the main entrance.
Yeah.
What about pawns with floaties?
That would work.
Pawns with floaties. Like if you can get those guys into our base, yeah, sure.
I'll turn off all the stuff that's
Roger.
actually not needed then. So LRPC, disable nukes.
I actually thought I was hallucinating last night when I saw
Oh, well.
candy sticks instead of missiles.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
apparently I'm not the only one.
The window event is the thing. So yeah, I didn't nuke people earlier today. I candy cane them.
Christmas.
Yeah, what the hell?
I love that detail.
All right.
So it's a
let's-
frontal assault.
It is a frontal assault, and the only thing which this map may prove problematic for is that the kings might be able to strengthen the front too hard.
Hmm.
And that's what we'll find out.
Did you get a stalemate?
Cool. When you're in the game, Tom, and you'll be on that team, just draw that bottom area as a no man's land below those 4 cliffs. So that's like a dead zone until the
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Let's go.
No, I think we are vanguards are fine. Yeah.
Yeah, they are a unit, not a structure.
Exactly.
It's a fine line.
But yeah,
But it is the line nonetheless.
like I really hope this map is successful because it seems like an interesting variation.
Is
I
a
am
behemoth
happy
a
to
structure or a
do.
unit?
The behemoth is a good boy.
Oh god, yeah. Fucking hell.
Oh yeah, we could just park like 3 behemoths and say like, oh those junks. No.
You know what? Whenever I'm just gonna make Carganas and move them around, you guys. I don't care.
Spiders.
Wow, let's
Joe
jump on,
Boy,
boys.
And I don't care. Like you can't try to detect it, but I will try.
Please choose your starting
There
location.
we go.
All right. Oh, they're
Yeah.
juicy. 33.8.
Like
Oh,
that
man.
Cerberus right there is gonna be fun.
I forgot to
Oh
turn the
man,
other thing off.
this is.
But yeah, I think it's a good thing they're not getting the islands because that's so much more metal.
Who's best at ecoing? Go at the back.
You.
Yeah, I think it's probably you.
So do I just go Cortex then? Even though Armada gets way better with the spam. We need spam at the start, but they might Juno us.
We need to counter spam at the start. Is what we need.
Mhm.
I mean, I can be our odd one out as Armada. Even though I think we should switch then, Praetor, so you can get this up.
Yeah.
Wh-
Okay.
Wind is good, but we will run out of space.
Yeah, at least we have way more space on this map than on the other map. We even have less hills up here to set up secondary defenses.
Oh, I like that. What we want to do is make sure that we have like, it'd be so hard. Where's the catapult reach to? If they got a catapult to here, where can it hit to? Probably about there.
Yeah, considering hill and everything, yeah.
Oh, that's the Cerberus, yeah?
That's the Cerberus. Like, if they had navy, we would technically also have a Cerberus here for them.
Yeah, I'm wondering actually to put Cerberus there as well, just in case, but turn it off, and I'll ground
Yeah.
fire it.
Yeah, and then if I get broken heart, yeah.
Honestly, I'll probably make all of them Cerberuses after a certain point.
Well,
yeah,
the thing
one
is,
you have can definitely be the advanced initially, just to get us going.
Yeah.
that's the thing. We only need one advanced. Essentially.
Yeah.
And oh god, I'm a little worried about making this front one a Cerberus.
Why? You reckon it's
But
gonna
I'm
be too
worried
big?
about it being there at all because its explosion radius is going to eat up so much of my build space.
Well, no. If you turn it on hold fire and you just target the ground you want it to hit.
Oh, it's more like when it gets destroyed. But
When it
at the
gets
same
Oh,
taken
time-
out.
that doesn't blow very big though, the Cerb.
No, Cerps are not
Yeah.
as explosive.
It's the same as like a T1
That's true.
Geo.
That's true.
One player left the game by the look. That's alright though.
They have more than enough players.
Oh no, they've got 13. They're just waiting for one to load.
I reckon the biggest factor for this map because it's not because it doesn't isolate people the way that the round robin map, like the round maps do. I think there's
Yeah,
going to be a lot of I think that they're going to be able to eco harder than they've ever ecoed before. Because they're all getting 5 mexes, and they're all gonna be able to do vampire stuff. Well, not vampire stuff. Whatever it's
communism.
called. Communism. That's the one.
I mean, to
Kind
be
of
fair,
one
it could also be a case of a map
But
where we
What's up,
just
Tom?
need a full
short
king.
with the peasants over the other side.
We'll just
Do you-
force start it.
Do we have to stay behind those cliffs? Because I think we've got 2 extras compared to
You see where we
spots.
have our ramp? Up to the first 4 cliffs from there is the no man's land.
Yep, just
Yeah,
behind
so I
that.
was just
We just
So those
double
3
checking.
natural spawns you have there is no.
yeah, we just
Yeah.
put that there so you can get the island mixes over on the left hand side.
Yep,
Yep.
all good.
Yeah, they're gonna have some pretty serious communism if someone's getting 2 comms.
Yeah. But then again, this could also just be a case of a map where kings are needing a communism because of the sheer advantage they have in resources.
I also.
What would you
have a
guys do
feeling-
if you were on that team? I reckon
If
I
I
would
was
go
on that
T2, build a ton of butlers with this sort of wind,
Mhm.
and just keep the spam going until we can get an eco boom. That's how you do it. Just keep the spam pushing at this line.
I would
Yeah,
get
on the other
3
hand, they
players.
also should be aware that they have basically this for spam to get through.
I would have 3 players going tier 1, 2 of them spam, one of them things like rocket bots, the
And that would usually
laser
be like these 3
laser
slots.
bots, tanks, whatever you want. Then I would have everyone else focusing on. Then I would have a couple players focusing on T2 units, and then everyone else super hard ecoing.
Which you can get through here on the sea. Can you get through all of this on the sea with like a tank?
I think that's possible here and
Yeah.
here.
And I'm wondering if we get a one of those Armada tanks to go out and around, if it can get through and blow up some stuff. Someone's going to build an advanced geo just to send out some stealth
to be
tanks.
honest, there's even the argument of us going poison arrows in here and sneaking up.
Yeah. So I think that overall oh, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is the first game. If we want to try poison arrows, I'd probably leave that to the second game, but
This might be a case of force start because I did see someone leave.
yeah.
I can see someone's not placed as well. They're probably annoyed that they don't have a spot and there's an ESL barrier.
He also did say his UI was glitched a bit, but yeah, I think it's just a case of force start.
Oh, he wants to play. That's the orange player. Yeah, UI seems broken. I'll just walk back if needed.
I mean, if we I feel like we need to grab Duffy and get him on our team.
Yeah, I know. He'd be the best out of everyone. There we go. We're going by the looks.
There we go.
He's probably the best player here.
Yeah. But yeah, almost 4.0 mix. This is amazing.
We just have to make sure your eco and my eco doesn't boom.
Yeah. I mean, you can also just go crazy on eco, and I can stay kinda T2 and holding the line.
I will do a lot of the frontline defenses, so you guys so I'll be the weakest link essentially. Or I'll be the strongest early game link.
Yeah, I think with the Cerberus on Praetor's side, if you build eco in the shadow of the hill here, I can keep mine further back than that. So
Yeah,
you'll
cool.
probably be safe there. And you both in that kind of range, as long as my eco's separate. Well, I should probably build some units.
Jesus, the 3-win start and I'm still not wasting energy yet.
Yep, I went 2-win start because I'm greedy.
I think I went 1, and then halfway through the build of the lab, I spaced interrupted build queue.
Let's get some build turrets up so I can get done.
This is your geo back here when you're, by the way.
Yeah, the water one. I'm just gonna send something over and slowly build it up while I set up. But then again, if we get absolutely rumbled, it can be a case of we need a fourth king on this map, or we just need an even bigger bonus.
Exactly. It does take a few games to get used to it. We've all
Low
bottomed out on
power.
one.
Random idea. What about having another team on those 2 islands? Third team.
Oh, like a double king
Double
situation.
kings.
You'd have to sort of, the people going in there would have to know they're sacrificial.
Hmm.
If you let them know they're sacrificial, then I'm okay with it.
Why do you reckon that'd be sacrificial?
Because they have so many attack vectors.
Like all,
Well,
like
they get a
have
bigger
one
bonus.
through
They get
length. They have
They get maybe 20% bonus more than these kings. They've upgraded all of these T2 labs to be bigger than the T1s. Even the
yeah. I don't know why though. What was the reasoning for it? Like that's what I'm really curious to know. Why they did it.
Enemy
Or is it to
commander
make it more
destroyed.
yeah, maybe.
Okay. But yeah, it could be a case they just wanted to make it more obvious that hey, that's a T2 lab.
I think they made all the labs the same size. All tier 2 labs are the same size now.
Ray, you want to pay me
That
for
could
a
also
con?
be.
Oh no, you're going T2 as well.
We're all going T2. We all have the medal for it.
This hefty eco start is yeah. Plus 65 just allows it to happen.
You went plus 33 Praetus. Oh, you went heaps more into conversion.
Yep.
I'd skip that. I definitely shouldn't have.
Yeah, like conversion is key. As we're pumping out so much metal. Oh, sorry, so much energy just by having the bare minimum.
Yeah. I'm also gonna quickly scale up a conversion. Actually thinking pulsars up here.
Yeah, definitely pulses. That's where Armada's way better.
I mean, I can hand you a Armada option.
I won't be building any defenses. I'm just ecoing and then going into T3.
Praetus, you gonna focus on units and I'm focusing on defensive buildings?
I'm getting a whole bunch of defensive buildings at the moment.
Oh,
I've got that all down packed.
but yeah, I'll work on setting up pulsars up here. Can actually be placed up here. Yeah, I can actually place a line of 5 up there.
Advanced Geo is up.
Nice. My normal geo just got up.
Your Cortex as well, Prey. Oh, you might as well build the Cerberus then and fund it.
You're overflowing metal.
Oh, overflowing metal. Shit. It's alright, it's going to you guys. As long as the whole team's not.
I am fighting it badly to try to stop it, but yeah, holy hell, the overflow is severe right now. Like, we might even be able to pull off T3 on this economy.
Oh, we definitely will.
Plus 65 is crazy. Is the end of that story.
I'm
definitely
gonna
building
make
this
like
too far
4
forward.
fat boys for the front line.
I didn't even upgrade my T2 mexes. I'm a fucking idiot.
I should probably also not make the fat boy just yet. I should just go crazy on my eco first. You know what? I'm actually gonna build my big eco quite far back, so I have some space to die on.
Yep. 7 minutes. We've got 3. So one of you guys needs to work on tick spam and then grunt spam, pawn spam.
What I'm gonna do is set up welders. That should stop most of the spam plans they have.
Two and a half minutes.
My advanced is also up in like 20. I will make it into a prude if necessary soonish.
I definitely should go on two T2 constructors. I fucked that up. I'll just build another one. I've got the metal for it now. Do I go for an APHIS? No, I don't. I do not go for an APHIS. That is too greedy. Remember, turn your advanced into Serbs. Yep. Radars on the front.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm building some mobile ones.
Just watch out with that advanced geo you got there. They will send spiders around the base.
Yep.
Let's see. Can I get a radar parked in a nice way?
You can probably build a solar advanced radar off the edge with the commander.
Oh yeah, just have it. No? Oh, yes, right here. No, it's outside of. I can build it when no rush timers off. No rush timers preventing me from doing anything.
So how
with it.
come they're there? I thought that was a no man's land.
I'd say
That was indeed no man's land.
It's a no man's
Battle
land.
paused.
That's going to be a whole player, by the way.
Yeah. So I just jump across. Fuck it.
No, I'm actually gonna set up vanguards because they should be able to hit them with that.
Yep. Alright, resuming.
Battle started.
1 minute left. I think I might go into T2 spam just to get things going.
Yeah.
Yep.
First
While I
pulse size.
keep building eco in the background.
Actually, economy. Let's see that T2 lap and just straight up go T3. First pulse are done. They can attack.
Serbs on, is it? Get ready to... Did you build a radar here?
I've not. Will do.
I am moving a radar bot over. And here comes the attack.
Yeah, that's killing these things.
That radar will be a bit of an oofy. It's gonna block most of the subs.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
T2 unit detected.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-oh.
The radar I placed here catches everything that's trying to sneak in.
Nice.
First Vanguard coming in.
Oh, I'm not microing everything. Watch out for stuff coming along here. Try and get a radar over the edge along that side. Oh, there's advanced fusion there if we can get in. We
Yeah,
go this
I am
way and
moving
then that way.
I'm moving the Vanguard over to start getting hits in.
Yeah, look, here comes the spider bots. But, oh no, Cerberus. Make sure it's on, not on hold fire. Not on
It's
fire.
on hold fire.
Oh, sorry.
That was a manual target.
Cool.
They've got vanguards. Oh no, that's our vanguard.
Yeah, that's our Vanguard.
Here come
I'm moving
termites.
it up to deal with.
That's what the Cerb
certain,
has to kill. Nukes off, that's all good.
I'm in range of the advanced fusion.
I think I'm gonna get it. Or you might as well get it actually. I'll just target.
Give me a couple of those.
It's
Give me a couple of those. Yeah, shit. Yeah.
I'm moving the Voltas over.
It's a couple of spiders got around the got past the Cerberus.
Okay.
It's not firing in that spot.
Oh
Just
yeah, they're
D-gun
trying
over
to
the
really
edge.
sneak.
D-gun over the edge. Just
Yeah.
blank D-gun over the edge. Oh, there's ones over here.
Yep, that's it. Moving into position.
Did you kill the advanced geo, by the way?
Yeah, it's dead. It got blown up. I even managed to save the Vanguard.
Honestly, set that geo just to that hill on the line. They have to run around it. Just hold fire on it. D-gun over that edge.
Okay, it's almost always the way down at the water, this one.
Oh, cool.
Got it?
We got T3 going in soon. What?
They're trying more and more here.
Got one player's T3 lab. There's Tank Tom's commander if we can ping it with some long range stuff.
Moving in my comms again, or Vanguards. I have a group of 3 of them now.
Big wave of termites over there, Prey, if you can fire on ground when that comes over.
Most of the Sheldon ball is dead.
T3 unit is ready.
Yeah, the Geo is not overly effective at killing that thing.
Enemy
Killing those
commander
things.
Destroyed.
Tom's Calm is dead.
And me, the Geo, if you want.
No, as in, like, it can't hit this entire area.
Oh, okay, got it. I was just saying, you already have ground fire over there.
I'm switching mine up into a Brute, so they're not gonna get as much value as they
Okay.
hope.
We really need to get more. Can you get... You can't really get anything. Yeah, if you can get a whole bunch over the edge ourselves, that'll probably...
Yes. That's what I've got coming.
Yeah, they come.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, it's big groups of annoyance.
Yeah, can't quite get it.
B-bombs
There's a whole bunch
dead.
coming up.
Destroyed.
Winera, D-guns.
I'm going to lose my base.
I do have some stuff, and I set up a... Let's see.
That was dumb. That was dumb. When you just send a couple spiders over, swap the spiders with spiders, that's the way to do it.
Yep. There we have what I need.
Oh, here they are. They're all around the back there.
Yeah, they're really trying to crawl. They're not gonna get this. I did turn it into a Brute, as you can see. They're not gonna get the value they
They're
want.
going
They're
down,
gonna
yeah.
continue back.
Yeah.
Oh, I just lost my fucking demon. That was stupid.
I have a Thor coming out.
Just put like 15 spiders at the start when you're like right here, and just keep them
Yeah,
there.
I have set the Crota mode for 15 spiders,
Yeah, nice.
so they will just show up
Fuck,
eventually.
he's coming over my base. Don't get my eco.
Yeah, nice.
Fuck,
You got
that
him.
was close.
You got him.
Fairly certain we said that island was off limit no matter what.
That's right. Just leave it. Just let him have it.
What's your...
Oh, that's what went around here. Starting to add some shields.
This is the weak spot through Tom's lane here.
T3 unit detected.
Nice.
Oh, they got the...
I do see the sharpshooters and I'm getting them.
Come the catapults.
It's some very hefty chokes they can have, and of course they did what was not supposed to be happening.
What's that?
They built the island over there.
The island's not. It's a little bit of eco, but it's not crazy.
I know, but it still matters somewhat
On the
against
space is dead.
I'm gonna start scaling up. I'm so far behind here.
Okay, let's focus what's happening back here. Clean that up.
Wait, hold up. Is this... Okay, look where I still have a Vanguard, apparently.
Okay, they're now shelling in with vanguards.
We just can't. They're going to be here, so they're going to be able to hit everything. They're going to. We pretty much shouldn't build any eco in front of that line there.
Yeah. If you also noticed, I haven't minus actually put decently far back here.
I'm going to change this to be T1 spam.
Oh, they're resting it.
They've got stuff coming in the water there. They're hovers. They're missile hovers.
That's construction hovers.
Oh, construction hovers.
No, they'll miss all over the top of me, I reckon.
But that does mean they're taking all the metal extractors in the water.
That's a bit dog. That's
Just say we only said navy.
that's naval extractors.
That's still naval extractors. Yeah, here's the catapult rate.
That's okay. They've let the catapults get a bit out of position.
Oh yeah.
Stealthy units detected.
Push through the same point, pray, not separate points.
There's the AoE fire that was coming down over there. These weren't going to go anywhere through that.
Fuck, they got way too much to beat. Would have not won this. They just cleaned me up then.
Oh, I got it. I caught this sharpshooter ball. Yeah, it's a sharpshooter ball.
Stealthy units detected.
Gonna mass produce vanguards to actually fire away.
Yeah.
God damn it, I built my constructor in. You can give me a T2 constructor, I don't have a lab anymore.
You've received new units.
Hold on, where's the other one? There it is.
You've received new units.
Where are they?
I'm actually gonna set up a chunk of paralyzer missiles now that I think about it.
We need more spam, I reckon.
We definitely need more spam.
I'll work on that now.
I'm going to try and go around them.
Maybe just send one unit back here for me. I'll just build a Kagi, that's what I'll do.
I'm so tempted to just make a T1 Navy and get rid of that shit.
I mean, we can kick him because we've said Navy extractors.
I'll just use a catalyst to kill it.
Isn't that Atlas doing it?
It is.
Dead.
There you go.
What the hell is he doing it of all people?
We're about to lose the front line, I reckon.
Stealthy units detected.
I think the way to kill them is go through here and around.
Probably.
Stealthy units detected.
I mean, the position is very defendable, but so is theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, they even made pulsars on that island now, so now they're actually using it for defense as well. Yeah.
What else can we do? What else can we do?
Oh,
We can
big
chain
boobs.
react their eco.
Enemy
Yeah,
commander
so, that's an
destroyed.
Aphis gone. Nice.
Stealthy units detected.
You know what? Fuck that place. Killing this sharpshooter's ball here now.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Kargis after you got that progress.
I mean, it just allows us to get some more angles up.
Are you totally covered by on the front line? Just there you are. Nice prey, that'll get some shit done.
Yeah, like the more of them we hurt, the better.
Even with all of this, I don't think we can overly win.
It'll definitely be tough.
Stealthy units detected.
They just have so many missiles coming down on
Yeah.
the front line. We're just gonna fall to sheer overwhelming fire.
Focus on the middle a little bit at the moment.
And they've now closed off my.
You can outrange those, just so you know.
Yeah, but I'm taking a lot of fire up here.
Okay.
Yeah, that we can't even come close to fighting that.
It's also just nothing but missile trucks.
Don't
Yeah.
block off the.
Half
I actually
armies.
don't have a path to the middle front line with my Behe.
Well,
And now I do.
You will in a
You have now.
second.
Yeah, I do. Next line of grunts coming on. Going to go to the left.
Should be one clean hit.
And now we're all overflowing as a team. A bit more build power.
You're overflowing metal.
It's a joke. But we have Behemoth in front, so I think it's fine.
Juggernaut
The thing is,
detected.
Jugs will go nuclear
Titan
explosion.
detected.
Yeah, they only have to
Yeah,
get
but-
close.
They need to get close, and they need to get through that double Behemoth front wall. It cannot walk up the cliffs, so... Like, it's gonna die to those two Behemoths. Quickly, even.
Make sure not too much, just get your catapults further back.
They have to be up forward or they're not doing anything.
That's right, I just
you go.
didn't want them to die in the explosion. These Behemoths actually do a lot.
Yeah, like Behemoth, you cannot
Behemoths are-
push trucks in through Behemoth. Popping up another radar here.
Another jug coming from the front.
Just going to keep building these Behemoths in the middle. We just don't want to lose this spot here, 'cause that's where they'll push
Like, it
hard.
seems to be very eager on that spot. I mean, I can probably push up some build power and some fighting turrets there. Like, if I put my vanguards in high trajectory, they don't actually need to have line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Putting my third T3 lab. Gotta figure out where we're going to push. I think this could be a draw.
It won't be a draw. We can't scale as hard as they can.
It's not gonna be a draw because eventually they will have more than we have.
Yep.
But it's gonna take forever. But while it's nearly impossible to break it, it's also a case of, yeah.
Oh, I'm spending all my metal finally. Oh, that is not good over there.
It's fine.
No, because they'll hit your base.
No, they won't.
Yeah, these will.
Yeah, I know those will.
They bring
Do I have
tigers up there.
catapults?
So many sharpshooters. I'll see if I can stun those vanguards hiding over there. That looks like a really nasty hit on them.
They're creeping.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, they're going massive. They,
I mean, yeah, B-bomb being B-bomb here with that D-gun.
they're
The
just.
behemoths on the front are dead.
Yeah, no, they're degunning them.
Yeah.
We're close to the end now.
Probably.
Hmm.
You know. Having more and more jogs, eventually you'll just have the case of we kill like 2-3 of them and they all die in one big boom.
Yes. Problem is we can't do any. We cannot break out of this.
No, we're completely surrounded. I think at the 10-minute marks, the way to win this is as the Kings have plenty of T2 at 10 minutes. Stop ecoing at 6 minutes and just hardcore.
Yeah, just murder them. Like that's the.
They're all pushing down this side.
Yeah, don't
Here
do
comes
it.
the arc. Not that that will do much as it's parked, because
You can degun them with your commander if you put your commander on your
Yep.
invis.
I can also just shoot over the hill.
They are dropping EMPs continuously. They're getting in with cogs.
They absolutely won't. I am stunning. There's EMP going on here.
Yeah, they have not gotten in with these cogs.
Like I did make 3 paralyzers for exactly that reason.
Oh, the missus is calling me. I can't really talk.
I mean,
Being
I think it would
recorded at the
actually be
moment.
worth making a battery of catalysts somewhere. Up the unit cap, I don't think. We need to find a way
No,
to
fuck
break
no.
the stalemate here.
Fuck no.
I don't know if
Upping
this
the
one
unit
works
cap
too well.
just means that we're all going to suffer harder.
Yeah. But then again, all they're doing is also just make missile artillery.
Yeah.
Hey, when you're all of those vanguards you got, just ping them down there at the doors. Actually, I can do this with the behemoth. Yeah, I don't reckon this one.
That jug ball is looking pretty juicy at the moment.
Thing is, they will chain react their explosions.
I'm just not convinced it's gonna win them the game, that jug ball.
Oh no, as in I just shelled it so hard that they're all in the red.
Yeah. They're also spamming termites and recluses now.
Yeah, we're I reckon this is our last little...
Slowly dying now. It is gonna be harder and harder for them to push because eventually they have to get uphill to actually hit us.
No, they're gonna punch in. Because they now control the areas directly in front of our base, which means that they control the artillery spots.
Yeah. Still gonna take quite some time for them to actually break us here, but yeah.
Yeah.
There isn't a unit that can crawl up walls and... Oh, look at this. Maybe we just resign this after a certain point.
But I will say, it's also just nothing but artillery they have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how you break a fortified position.
Yeah.
It's also just not controlled very well either.
No, it's just parking there and doing nothing.
Yeah. They're firing at things like behemoths and units instead of trying to delve deep and hit the eco.
Like, especially with the vanguards, like the vanguards should just have tried to sneak past where we don't really have anything.
Yeah.
Like, there's some pretty nasty places those things can sit and just shoot in our base and we can barely do anything to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could be moving them around our base the same way that you move Kargis and T1 units and all that good at Shiznich.
But I would say the map isn't necessarily bad for it, but yeah.
No, it just needs... I think one of the biggest problems that we have...
Tap it at T3,
is that
you can't do T3.
they've taken all the eco around us.
T2, yeah. T2 only and no static defense.
Like, it's actually a huge amount of eco out there.
Like, it doubles their metal extractors, so yeah.
And also, we just could not push out. We failed completely to push out.
But yeah, I do see several of them actually made eco and stuff where they shouldn't.
Yeah. Oh, that's like they did all do the stuff in the front. But yes, that whole island of extra space. It's not the end of the world, but how do you fight that?
Yeah, like. I mean, if we had a backdoor entrance somewhere, I could indeed go hovers and then start taking an alternative attack route, but we don't.
I wonder if you could get a con close enough to the edge to build hovers down there.
Yeah, not letting go. Or do we tell them? Oh, you definitely could.
I actually wonder, would I be able to get a T3 gantry down in the water area?
Get some more shields up, Prey.
Like, if I could get a T3 gantry into the water area, we can probably hold to, like, mass enough hover tanks and then just backline them. I just don't think there's any spots I can actually build in from that angle.
Prey, you giving up, have you? They're just sending stuff up here.
Yeah, I know.
Shall we just resign?
This is the...
Yeah. might hold off this attack, but it's getting.
Failed.
There we go. That was my conversion down.
I mean, we at least have better. We have more space to expand on this map at least, but yeah. It's not as bad as Ascendancy.
That's a jug ball and a half.
The thing is, though, that it still dies to like 1 or 2 behemoths because of just the detonation on each other.
Hmm.
Especially because the behemoth splashes through them, so.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna send your commander up there,
All
Prey,
it
and
needs
just
is
do
to kill that
the.
one. And then, one more,
wow.
one more. Oh no, it's not gonna quite get it.
I
focus-
still have the pulsar
yeah,
slam.
focus.
There we
Yeah,
go.
bang.
Focus fire those on it.
Tactical missile launcher detected.
Tactical missile launcher. That's what's killing our stuff.
Tactical missile launcher
Yeah, you
detected.
just see all of them die to nothing.
An allied
Yeah.
commander has died.
Is that? That's XAM S3IX. I might just kick that player.
I'm really curious to see what type of unit, or how much of
commander
places
is
they shouldn't
heavily
have grabbed they have.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, because they've got so much space and we have to punch, like, we only have one attack vector, it's gonna be very, very hard for both teams to push in, and so whoever can eco the hardest and get complete and true overwhelming forces.
Look where I actually could get a naval lab from.
Yeah, nice. Why are we kick back Emmerich?
He was sending tactical missiles constantly into this area here.
What are we looking at?
He
Actually,
tactical missile
Catalyst,
launchers
yeah,
all over
building that
here.
can hit us.
That's how all my stuff was going.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's catalyst that can hit us. That is indeed right.
Vote yes this time. Whoever voted no last time.
Okay, it's only one player that did the
Yeah.
island, as you shouldn't.
That's a bit frustrating because I
And
could
Geoffrey
see them
also
just.
hiding a commander in the water is also not a thing, I would say is okay.
What was
Yeah,
that?
that's not okay.
I don't think
Yeah,
we'll
we
do
did
that
not.
map again.
We could not fight that at all.
Let's see the graph actually. Twig going absolutely crazy on eco as expected, but yeah, the two of us, like, we're ahead till the. We actually stay ahead quite well, but it just so many choke points we can't deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, we'll try a different map now.
Oh, it's too heavily defended for the pet.
It's
And build enough units to take that much damage. So I had no idea what happened.
Yep, doesn't seem right. I don't think I did that much damage as well.
Go home, Bar. You're drunk.
That was quite rough.
Yeah.
there was no chance of pushing out of that small
Yeah,
area
you
and
didn't-
completely
well,
run out of
You
room.
kind of cracked the front 3 bases, but when you couldn't push past them,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was essentially a matter of time.
There is
Yeah.
also the case of that island was a no-go, and I see somebody on it.
Yeah.
Not to mention hiding that commander in the water in the corner is also very, like, if we were winning, then that is basically just why.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I had to kick ban that person in the end because they were taking out all my
We knew that the balance
units.
would be a bit iffy on this one.
And
It just
heavily favored
means
towards
that the
peasant.
it just means that the first point of data we have is that it's a bit peasant favored, and that's okay.
So
What happens
big
if you up
proposals.
the bonus for the kings? Does that help?
We were wasting middle, left, and right. What we
Yeah.
actually need
Yeah.
is the
I think
player
that-
to get faster.
Only way for 3 kings to win that would be go heavily into units with about 6 minutes left and just rush out and do the damage at that stage rather than eco hard at the same time.
Yeah, it did get a little dicey when you guys rushed out the fiends.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But even then, even if we'd killed the front couple of layers, I'm guessing your eco and your ability to defend a little bit further behind would still be quite strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you had your
the-
one push with the Cargonets and the Vanguards on the right side and the Spiders, that was doing a lot of damage that side, but we had so much.
But you had the
everywhere
entire other
else.
side.
Yeah.
I could have pushed in and got another base, and I still don't think it wouldn't have made any difference.
Because the peasants were like 3 layers deep.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a map that could work, but yeah, we need to figure out what works on it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I also think it's a good thing we said no to ships, because missile cruisers all over the water is just no.
It would be
Yeah, it
too
would
easy
make
for
it
the
way too
peasants.
easy.
Somebody would just at the end of I could just spam the shit ton of them.
But yeah, I also think you guys would have an even harder time beating us if we actually had shields to bounce everything, because then even your missile artillery wouldn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever got all those missile trucks, that was a very good idea. You broke the front, and we were never able to repair it after that.
Yeah.
How do we? Can we get Alexian? How do we do that?
I mean, I see several people here that are not regulars, unless you guys
Yeah.
can update me on that.
Oh, anyone that's
We
not
can't make
one.
it. It's custom, so we can't make it bigger, can we?
No.
That sucks.
No,
You
we
can't-
need to 16 players.
Even if it wasn't custom, you can't get more than 16.
Yeah. Bugger.
Then we would have to have a moderator in here.
Right. Who was in
Yeah.
the last game? Maybe you guys can help me out. That's in the peasants list right now. That's not a regular or a member.
I mean, 2, 4.
I don't think it's on his page.
Raccoon is not a regular, I would say. I've not seen him before.
No, but people that
Got
weren't in the last
4.
game.
Ah, yeah, okay.
We have
Hayu
14
was in
people on
last
the
game.
Discord channel. Holy crap.
Joe and
Yeah.
Hayu was in last game.
Well, we have fine visitor now.
Oh, actually, a moderator did join us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Nightmare.
Yeah, hi you was in the last game,
Nightmare,
yeah.
make lobby bigger.
Nightmare.
Oh dear.
He could do it.
Nightmare. They're getting shouted out.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair. That's absolutely fair.
Outing
Because,
doesn't hurt.
I did hear something about that they can crash the master server by doing it.
That's what I assume is the reason more than anything else.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, Ollie, you'll probably get a permaban for that.
It's worth it.
So, who wants to be kings instead?
Oh, we just need to rotate this lobby.
I will just spectate next match to give space for another one.
But yeah, Joe 428 and Hayu was in last round, if you want to rotate people.
Sorry, Joe was in the last round?
Yeah, and Hayu
Yeah.
was too.
As was Hayu.
Joe was.
That 14 OS German.
Alright, and we need.
Oof, that's some hefty king.
Hot.
I'll join the winning team.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Give B Bomber +1. Like, I don't think he needs any more with those two people around.
A +1, you say?
Yes.
There we go.
That's not
Nice.
Test it out.
Nice.
I'll sit out so that oh, did Alexi get in? Yeah, he did. Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Yes.
We don't have any more regulars from what I can see in Young Crew. We have a chronographer just lurking though, so we could do some funny maps.
Yeah, that's a good point. That needs to be.
Yeah, we have to turn off the no rush timer.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Once
don't
we get this
necessarily
one-
have to do it. It's only gonna affect the kings here, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's spam the rules in.
What's this map? Is it Throne?
Yeah, it's thrown.
Yeah.
I'll post the rules.
I think he underestimates how much metal he actually has on top and how starved we are in comparison to the
Yeah.
other map.
So I guess
Yeah,
snipers and spybots.
I will say, Punjiba, you're underestimating how little metal we have down there this time.
That's a very strong hill. We only do 45s in this one, by the way, Throne.
I had it up at 50s because we had 4 peasant victories in a row on this one as the last when we were on 45s.
No worries, no
I will
worries.
say that one peasant victory we had was also because of a jug getting in and detonating that one time.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but it was still swinging towards everyone. So
Did that include 2 40 OS players?
I'm just doing it based off of the Excel sheet that I've got. It says that the bonus for this one should be between 45 and 50. And it's airing on the 50 side at the moment.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
48.9 as the bonus.
Yeah, I'm assuming Punjib, Duffy, and B-Bomb. They've been here enough, so we know they're not gonna.
They're very good players. So.
Yeah, they're also not gonna cheat because we don't have anything to monitor.
Yeah. Oh, B-Bomb's in there.
Yeah,
B-Bomb
B-Bomb,
knows what
but
to
like
do.
all 3 of them are, and all 3 of them are in the chat here. So.
Oh, maybe we should add Flash to the Kings. We have all 40 OS players.
Just one sec, guys. I'm just messaging Nightmare, who's PM'd me at the moment.
What did he say?
I just want to see if he wants to play just because he's next in list. I'll sub out and spectate.
Actually, I'd be happy to sub out and spec one with you.
We could probably actually cast this one, Prey.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Ooh, just one more to get Flash on our side.
I mean, I can easily say bye and then let you guys have fun murdering them.
I'm streaming, Prey, so you'll have to do the recording.
Yeah, I can do the recording.
You know what? I'm actually gonna spectate for.
Oh, nice. We got Flash in here as well.
Oh, that's
now this is balanced.
Murder.
You can simultaneously record if you like.
Okay.
Nightmare still in battle.
Is Nightmare going to?
Well, B-Bomb. No.
Yeah, I also vote for Flash joining Punjib and Duffy.
Or Flash without bonus.
Yeah, nice. 150.
Oh no, Nightmare accidentally
He's
to
left.
spec, I think.
Why'd you do that?
I must have.
Oh well.
That's alright. We'll still cast this one.
Yeah, Cow's still downloading, so.
I am wondering if this bonus is a little bit much. That's some experience up on the hill, and we've only got 4 players above 20.
Yeah.
And set it down to 45, whatever you want. No, you got Flash, you'll be fine. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and then
Flash
they
is pretty
figure
good.
out where Flash detonated his comm, and then they're just gonna.
I got it. Everyone's a bit upset about it being 50.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna say 49 anyway.
If you can give me plus 50, that'd be nice.
Done.
We're gonna wait for cow smoking weed to download.
Um,
It's taking an awful long time.
See if he says. So we got 10-minute build. What's your percentage at? 90 pray set it up. We'll drag out and we'll just get you to force start this
yeah,
one,
I'm already
Tom.
set up.
Yeah.
Someone's letting off fireworks out behind our house.
Civic Park.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I can't hear him from here.
The carols, pray. The carols.
They did them last night too.
And I
But
joined.
last
Yeah, I
night it
didn't
actually
notice
was the neighbors behind us.
Oh, yeah, well, that was with the lols. Tonight they're like families and shit.
We passed the 200 subs. Thanks, everyone.
Damn.
Nice.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, it looks like we are
Got
good to go.
5 today.
All right, let's go.
Do I have to move chats?
We will split everyone out. Twig and I are going to split out now.
And then we need the 3 kings to leave.
Okay.
There we go. You notice that there's no barking dog, even with the fireworks? It's almost like it's not sound that does it, it's neglect. We've got a neighbor that complains to us every time we use the shared access.
Just
She
remember you
says it
guys are on
makes her
stream.
dog bark. Fun?
Just a reminder we're on stream still.
Yeah, yeah. No
Yeah, no,
names.
that's cool.
No names. Just says it makes her dog bark. But it does not. I can't draw because I'm spectating.
Might just tell Duffy if he can draw.
In which case, I could go Cortex instead.
Gents, you know the rules with where you can start. And
Do we have to start on the edges?
The cliffs, you can't go down the cliffs until the 10 minutes as you're drawing it there. B-Bomb, he's played it many times before. Cheers.
Yep. Fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
No worries. There we go. Yep, we pulled on down. Yep, excellent. You can go on the water if you want. I've always said I want to see a victory by flagship on this map. Alright, the recording is starting now.
I'll still do an intro, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%. I think Death Kebab will...
Right, we can
Battle
pause.
started.
G'day everyone, it's King of the Hill with All Reason No Logic. This is one of our Sunday night games, and the lobby was getting a bit busy, so myself and Praedith decided to step out and let 2 extra people join in. We thought, why not livecast it? Save a bit of time during the week.
You're joining us on Throne, which is where this whole King of the Hill idea of ours started. We saw one big nice hill and a lot of starting positions around the outside. Rules as they are currently is you've got a team of 3 for the Kings. Those guys have all got somewhere between plus 49 and plus 52. They've got 10 minutes to build up and either be offensive or defensive. Down the bottom, we have 13 players that are up against them. This is definitely going to be quite the harsh odds because I think we usually had 4 people up the top, maybe. But anyway, it's going to be quite the hard fight for them.
Do have 2 over 40 OS players up the top, Duffy and Punjaba, and also Bibam, who's played this game a lot with us. I've drawn on the map there, guys, those white lines. That's a no-man's zone until those 10 minutes. Due to the start box restrictions, it's just an honor rule that we make sure no one runs up there and disturbs the ecoing that goes on for the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game before we start seeing those units come out.
We'll definitely see what these players do in that time. Definitely going to be a bit of an eco start for everyone. I know that Duffy is going to be trying to rush out T2 for everyone on the hill. Good idea getting into that middle spot. It means that he'll be able to hand him out rather quickly. And we'll definitely have some communist eco going on down here. Looks like Death Kebab is in a good spot to pair with Atlan, as well as Bondman with Black Death. Apologies if you hear any sounds in the background. There's a bit of a fireworks display that's just started.
I was wondering what that was. It's only a little bit. Not too disturbing though. So a couple other rules, I can't remember if Praedith mentioned them, but no structures are allowed to hit any eco centers of any other player. So you can't go building a catalyst down here on the low ground, for example, which can then fire up there. That's a no-go. But you can build termites, Carganaths, and the like, which can all crawl up these rolls. It's one of the best ways to attack on this type of map. So when you're defending the hill as a king, you don't want to just block off those 3 entrances. You also want to get some defenses around that base.
We know from past experience that if a couple players combine eco on the bottom ground, it is possible to get a Carganath by 10 minutes for the Peasants team. But that basically cripples the rest of that area. So if the Kings decide to come charging down with Fiends, you're going to have a pretty big problem. We've got nope, that doesn't seem to be a problem. I thought there was a scout up the top, but it was just from Red's team. He was warning of the comm self-detonating. Risky strat for the top team, considering they only have 2.
He has detonated outside the range of the construction turrets, so they won't automatically reclaim. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets this down to about 5% and then resurrects it with a couple minutes to go.
Something to have a look at. This is Christmas time, so the corpse is in fact a gingerbread man. Merry Christmas to everybody, regardless of what time of year it is. Got the Geo coming up for the lower team. This is for the Peasants team. Definitely going to be great for their eco. Wind is good, but on this map it does vary between 5 and 19, so getting that little bit of consistency can really help. And we've got a player who's jumped in at the ocean. Looks like they're going to be ecoing super heavy and hopefully handing out to the rest of the team.
Vitals quite nice at plus 20. Mind you, wind's nice as well. All ecos are quite nice in this map. Few players and Peasants never go more than a few solars. Maybe the advance if you got the medal for it. But yeah, a couple of players going into some bots. You can see Black Death and Death Kebab. Must be a death thing. They're building units already. That is much smarter to put that medal into eco at the start of the game rather than building units. Unless, of course, you're going for a tiny eco and you just want to build up an absolute bucket list of... I'm just getting messages at the moment.
Even then, it's only about the 6-minute mark that it's worth to start building units. Anything before that, the eco could have been put into more wind and more converters, and they would actually pay themselves off well and truly in time to turn that extra profit into units. But depending on exactly how hard they go into units, they may just be able to bust up into the King's base at that 10-minute mark. We're seeing very heavy eco from a couple of these players. Lots of wind, lots of conversion, and we're already starting to see the lightning turrets going down around the edge. I think a little bit early for that. I think B-Bomb might end up metal stalling. He's got a T2. T2 has been passed out by Duffy, so they're saving a bit of money there, at least to the start. Something to note, when you're on plus 50%, when you reclaim a building, you actually get 50% more back from it. So you can actually use buildings to generate income. Doesn't work very well because of the build power and energy requirements, but it is certainly something to know if you're building and reclaiming units.
Yeah,
looks like we're gonna have.
Sorry, I'm just getting spammed a couple of messages on here about the bar Discord. There is a link down in the description of the video while you're at it now. Sorry, while I'm at it now, just linking everyone in the game.
Having a look down here, we've got some very impressive ecos. Tank Tom is just transitioning to T2 at the 5-minute mark. This is around about when I'd be doing it, but he's also stuck on only 3 mexes, so it's going to be a slow push for him. He took one of the non-advantageous points. This is something that we definitely do as the hosts of it. We try to assist everyone else in having fun, at least unless we're kings, at which point we try to crush everyone. Definitely slightly slower at the moment for the for all of the teams. It does look like the Kings are starting to get their tier 2 ecos up and running. We've got a fusion going down for Punjab, and B-Bomb's starting his now as well. Does look like Duffy's going to be falling a little bit further behind because he did that distribution of the eco. Defense is starting to go down in in 2 of the 3 locations at the top. 3 minutes left for them to start powering up. This is the moment that we would normally see units coming on through from the rest of the team. Still getting some eco plays out of some of the players, getting their T2 mexes going on. And in this case for Black Death, some early units and a lot of LLTs going into that T2, so I definitely would have jumped in a little bit earlier onto the T2 for that one.
You can see if he just reclaimed all of those bots on the front line. There's 1,690 metal worth of maces on the front line. If he never built those, that's the rest of that T2 lab that he's currently building at the moment.
Having a look at the players as they stand now, who do you reckon has the advantage right now, the Kings or the Peasants?
We didn't see any communism out of the Peasants this game, which we usually see in this game type. Very few shared resources, so I'm thinking the advantage is with the Kings, especially with that extra experience up there.
I agree, and the fact that they're going to have, it looks like they're actually going to have an APHIS down by the 9-minute mark.
Just realised the best player on the Peasants team isn't there anymore. They must have dropped out last second. We had Flash in here, but they've left.
That is unfortunate. Definitely tipping things back towards the King's side. However, with 2 minutes to go, we should start seeing unit production coming out of a lot of these players. Aggression definitely is part of this game, but instead we're seeing a lot of defense. Phantom is getting a line of walls blocking off his entrance there. Usually we don't allow people on the ramp, but I don't think this is too intrusive, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And the LLT's behind it, so definitely looking to defend there. This just gives the Kings some space to go and attack the other players before moving on to these guys. Tank Tom definitely did suffer a slow transition because of those 3 mexes, so his T2 is only just coming out now with a minute to go. Doesn't look like he's going to have units for this one. In fact, it does look like there's not going to be much in the way of units coming out for these players. At the moment, the only players that look to have a units are Black Death. So this is almost certainly going to be a rough start for the Peasants. They've just played on a map where they were allowed to be a lot more greedy. And I think they're about to learn a very harsh lesson on what happens when the Kings are in the middle of the map and not stuck on one side. 30 seconds to go, and the tick spam is coming out of B-Bomb, a very, very strong strategy. We have Jaguars coming out of Punjaba, and
Duffy into
we
T3.
have Tier 3 coming out of Duffy. The Tier 3 should hit about 30 seconds after that 10 minutes, so hopefully enough damage can come on through. A couple of pawns for the purple player, getting ready to storm the hill, and we'll see where we go from here. 3, 2, 1, let's go. That is all holds off, and it looks like the Kings are pouring down onto the top flank. No attack just yet from the peasants. Moved up to scout and to block entrances, but it is the Kings who are the aggressors this time round. Large number of ticks are pouring into pawns. Pawns pretty good at taking them out, but not in these numbers. They break straight on through, and the ticks are into the purple base. We're going to need some epic D guns or potentially a controlled D in order to take these out, but they're dodging the comm. Great control by B-Bomb. Splitting those units up does take damage now, but he's mostly around the comm. Comm does get some good D guns off, but this is plenty to take out the eco. Too much spent on construction turrets, not enough on units. And this is one player breaking. The Jaguars are splitting off to both sides. They're running into LLTs. These LLTs have taken down one Jaguar.
Recluses poking the hill for red. Didn't want to max. Probably the only aggression out of the peasants team, and it's on the south side of the map. But there's plenty of Scorpion turrets.
Only 2 recluses, and they're having to fight bull pop-up turrets. If you notice, there are actually beholders, which are cameras, sitting on top of the hill. So great vision out of the red player. Yeah, does look like he's finding an entryway, though. That good play from the purple player, but it does look like the ticks are going to make their way around. Even with the strong defense that Black Death put up, it's not going to be enough because the units have gotten into the back line, and there is no defense there. Just a couple of hounds plugging away.
And these hounds are on plasma mode as well. You want to throw them into Gauss to be able to hit those. Trying to get some with the D gun. Unfortunately, all going down.
Yes, that is the economy of Black Death taken down. But all these LLTs are cleaning up the ticks that are going through the front here. So good defense from that side and cleaned up. So the tick wall has at least been stopped for now. Only one player down and 2 players heavily damaged. We're seeing some Shivas popping out from Duffy. This is definitely going to be a hard-fought fight for the peasants at this rate, as they've managed to do enough damage to effectively reduce the playing field by a quarter at this point.
I think this is probably the most one-sided game we've seen from a King's perspective of this throne King of the Hill. I think it's just purely a lack of aggression out of the and lack of teamwork out of the peasants team, because you don't have any eco combination, and that's what really makes a difference in these. If you play as a team, and like you said, if, like for example, Def Kebab helped out Alantin and Joe helped out Ollie, that probably would have been enough to take these out.
It is also unit composition. Yes, it's great to have these 4 snipers out. Do you have the economy to power these 4 snipers? And the answer is no. And are those units good against horde units, which is what we tend to see in the first couple minutes of the game? So also no, a little early on those snipers, and so bases are falling. This is definitely a masterclass in how to do the offensive from the top side of the map. They definitely didn't eco. They definitely didn't eco as hard as we've seen before in the past. Going for that T3 that T2 builder distribution from the middle, actually, I don't think it benefited them overly much compared to just doing all 3 ecos separately. It wasn't a hindrance either. It just didn't have the huge benefit. But now that they're online, we've got the March of the Kargis heading on down. So even the players that did hold are gonna have a big fight. This is where the snipers actually would be useful, but again, you have to have the eco to power them. Top side doing quite well. They're relatively unharmed at the moment. Tank Tom is ecoing a little too hard, but at this point it's not a bad option because you have to build up enough to overwhelm one of these entrances. We've got a Recluse Storm heading on in for Yellow's base. These Twin Guards cleaning them up though. Twin Guards quite good with DPS, but not overly strong. This is something where when you get the Recluses in, your initial thought is to attack the eco, but you actually do have to clean up the Twin Guards. Just pop up over the top, let the missile volley go down, and rinse and repeat. 2 of those would have let them pop straight in and take away all the conversion, which would stop these Karganeths. And that's part of what the balance of this map needs. It does require at least one lane from each team to be moderately successful. The Kings do need to get in and do some damage. The Peasants do need to get in to do some damage. Otherwise, whichever team had the strongest start will just open up the map. And as Twig is saying in the chat, Junos are allowed for defense. You can't shoot the Juno up into the enemy base, but you could put it down on one of these ramps, which would completely shut down the ticks. And it's a defensive tactic that is often forgotten.
Probably wouldn't be a bad thing to put one down even now that it's been made clear for those northern teams that haven't fallen yet. I think the damage is done.
With half the map down, it's going to be a very difficult fight. If these ecos had been combined and Tank Tom as well as I think it's Sylvan had managed to boost each other instead of doing the same thing but separately, I think this could be a different story, because at the 10-minute mark they could have been pushing up with these Recluse instead of having them here at the 15 minute mark, which is when they arrived. And then that streak into the eco could have done huge damage. There was little to no defense up here, but unfortunately we just saw a very passive game out of the pawns. As I said, the last one we did was on a map that was very heavily peasant favored, and I feel like everyone brought that mentality into this match.
Tank Tom being raided, one of the last players with an eco still by a few ticks. And
thankfully his eco is nice and split, so the explosions don't go off and chain react things.
You see at the top right that despite the overwhelming defeat of all the peasants, they're only now we're getting to the 80-90% increase in eco advantage. But it took quite a few players to go down for those Kings to realise the eco advantage they had, despite getting the fusions up and the APHIS in the case of Duffy. The Peasants did have the eco advantage at the start of the game.
Well, they always do. When there's 13 Peasants and only 3 Kings, even with plus 50%, the eco advantage is always in the Peasants' favour. It's just that it slowly swings back to... It's that it's so spread out. So everyone has to have their own wind, everyone has to have their own mexes, their own labs, and it's only once the game starts splitting into that 15-minute mark that we start seeing a swap from... we see a potential swap from the Peasants to the Kings, and again, it all comes down to damage. This was definitely King favoured this time.
Yeah.
But
it is the coordination of the Kings as well. Like, it was one player went ticks, one player went the T2 Jags, and then one player went T3. And one went in heavy eco to get that T3, and the other two did not.
And it's just masterfully played, whereas as you said, the Peasants, they just didn't coordinate as hard, and they went for much heavier eco builds and didn't have that aggression at the early time. If you overwhelm the Kings, if all players go 8 minutes eco, 2 minutes units, and then all rush the Kings at the same time, the Kings don't stand a chance ever. But you need the coordination to do that.
Down to our last 2. Oh no, there's 5 Kings left.
5 Peasants, but they are very, very overwhelmed at this point.
Look at this. Joe's going for one last ditch effort to get the commander
up
there.
Do it. Go out with a blaze of glory. Degun the T3 lab. That's what I want to see. No, they've seen him.
Good try.
Well, good job to the Kings. They did get a nice, easier platform to win this one from, but this has been known to go very much so the other way. In fact, this is the first win in 5. We've had 4 straight Peasant wins on this map. This being the first Kings win in a while. Just need the Peasants to tap out on this one. I know that the C Eco players don't want to tap out. But
I'll give some friendly encouragement.
Unfortunately, with unlike professional games where people tend to tap out early, we do tend to see a lot of people wanting to stick this out as hard as they can go. I understand after investing 15 minutes into 20 minutes into an eco, you want to try and get that flagship, but just up to the king. It's just up to the peasants to fit another round in. There we go. Vote passed.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and join us for these games on Sundays. A lot of people get involved, and it's really something different that the bar community is not so exposed to.
Cheers, everyone. And as we can see, doing everything for Duffy, who handed out the T2 to everyone. Thanks, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Yes. Little light on the aggression, guys.
Good
You
game.
let the kings roll you over.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't even get attacked.
I didn't even. I was wondering if any of you guys actually tried to tried communist eco this time around, because we didn't. From commentating, we didn't see it.
Tried with Black Death.
Yep. Unfortunately, a little bit too much expenditure into the LLTs and units early on, so it didn't boom the way that it needed to.
Yeah, the general tip I can give for King of the Hill is don't try to make any combat units or anything till after 6 minutes.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
But
I had good Fury at 10 minutes.
Good coordination from the Kings. We liked that one of you went ticks, one went T2, and one went tier 3. You really did have it covered, and the immediate 10-minute aggression. You didn't let the peasants eco up like we did in the previous one.
Kill fast.
Yeah.
All right, I reckon let's go again. We
I'm
need
about
one
to
more
make
king.
400 APHIS.
Do it. Give us the 400 APHIS YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah, I do see some of the low-OS players don't think it's fair, even though he doesn't realize how much more units he has.
It's Twig here, man. I was asked to help you.
Oh, you know how to do it? Yeah.
Are you on Twitch?
What are you trying to do?
It's because the main Beyond All Reason server, Discord server, has a role Twig should have, so people know if he's live or not.
Ah, that's cool.
Are you
That's cool.
Are you on Twitch or?
No, we're on
We're on YouTube. But we're looking to
I
start Twitch streaming soon.
I can help with Twitch. I can't help with YouTube.
I will draw on your expertise probably next weekend when we've got Twitch streaming up and running.
Still waiting, mate.
It's slow progress. We've
Mate,
all got a
nerf
lot of
them
things going on in the
more?
background.
Damn. 40 citizens.
Processor.
Seems like Adopter don't want to be a king.
I'll be king again if you want.
No, please, no.
No, Buffy, you're kind of goddamn stay pissant this time.
Yeah. But maybe you could give them more bonus. I mean, 24, 22, and 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to go back up to 50 again.
Oh, I've got this one sorted.
It was just a warm up.
I feel like that.
Can we co-op some tier 3 vanguards? 9 minutes.
I reckon that's about fair.
I mean, Punjab is saying 55 for him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, give them 55. They need that.
I mean, we have 240 OS players on the peasant team, so yeah, they probably need it.
All right.
And then again, they didn't do so well last time. I mean, it was all B-bomb, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It was all me.
All B-bomb.
Yeah.
There was
I
just
only saw
no
orange all
teamwork for peasants, unfortunately.
Mate, to be honest, we should have just auto spammed.
Yeah, that does it
Honestly,
too.
all that low ground needs to do is have a couple people make spiders and just tick spam everyone else. It just overwhelms the king's position so fast.
Absolutely. Unless they get Junos, in which case you're totally stuffed.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a lot easier to defend with Junos as the kings than it is as the peasants.
yeah, because you
It's
just
also very easy to get them up because of
you
the
also
bonus
just need
eco.
enough Junos to choke 3 points
Mm.
instead of
Yeah.
like 8 or 7, is it?
Yeah. It's it's 5.
Yeah, 5. But it's still a lot more Junos needed.
All right, let's get this go. We've got
Or I
another
guess you
high
could
OS player
technically
jumping in.
Juno the ramps because they're not in the base.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's exactly what you do. You
I
do
mean,
know the ramps.
Juno outside the ramps, just
Right.
in case you hit the radars.
No, the T2 ramps. Like
Sorry,
the ramps that go from the lowest level to the highest level.
I
You
was
T2
talking
those
about the
ramps.
top.
And
I was
the only
Oh, sorry,
reason why
lowest
this-
level to the middle level. My
and
bad. I'm getting
I
tired.
will may say I am the reason why we don't Juno bases.
Yes, you are. All right, let's get going.
Not that I ever needed it for my tactics, but yeah, I don't think it's fair to Juno bases for it.
For blowing up the
Common
converters.
walking.
Oh,
Get
for
rid of all
con
raiders.
walking. Right, yeah, that's true.
Ollie's pretty good. So it'd be good if Artificial Banana or Tengen Tank jump down there.
That's all right. Ollie hasn't had a chance at King today.
No,
so-
I'm not saying Ollie. I'm saying the guy that's requesting not to be a king. A dude.
Yeah, adopt
A
the one.
dupter.
A dude.
He doesn't want to be king.
There we go. Bus.
No, not again.
Duffy likes being a king.
No one else wants. Hey!
I mean, to be fair, if no one else
Give
wants,
me 40. Give me 40. Give me 40.
yeah, I think 40.
Honest,
Oh,
honest.
how about this? I'll give you 38.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
give me
high still.
40, or I'm gonna eat my lab, make lab, eat my lab.
That's definitely
it.
banned.
Just
That's
do
definitely
it.
banned.
It's not as good
I
as
won't
it
need
sounds.
an. I'll need one fusion, man. I'll eco off lab eating.
38
Yeah,
is
you
pretty
just
good,
put
man.
one-
You're better than most of
Put
us.
one constructor on repeat for building the lab. Or put 4 constructors on repeat building the T1 labs and then reclaim all the time.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to do.
I mean, to be fair,
I want
Ollie,
to do
with
that
the
last
OS
map. I want to do that mountain map. I like that.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the pin. Is it pinpoint? No.
Yeah, pinpoint or something like that.
This is a nice map. It look nice.
Yeah, it just needs some tweaks to make it better because it just feels like kings will slowly die just to not being able to have any good attack angles.
It's because we're so restricted on attack vectors, it's very hard to break out. Anyway, I think we're good to go.
Doing the same, pro?
I'm doing the same. Boop. Ollie. Oops. Oops, I shouldn't be recording. Yeah, that was crazy how little aggression came out from
Yeah, pretty average match, really.
That was a bad match.
I don't think we're going to even put that one on YouTube.
It's there, and we need content, so it's going up.
True.
I just wish we'd done it as a more of a masterclass from the top perspective as compared to which is, and thinking about it in hindsight, we should have done that. We should have just focused on exactly what they're doing and made it into a strategy video for being at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, if you sell it like that in the title.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to sell it like that in the title anyway. Hopefully we see some good communism. Hopefully we see some good... and I actually think that's like something, because the 10 minutes is a long time to fill. I think we need to have a good talk about communism when it happens. Yeah. I think we have to ban C.
Turn water is lava on.
Yeah. Are you closer to your mic than you were before?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll sit back a bit.
No, you're all good.
Is that better now?
Yeah, you're fine now.
That's me just being lazy and getting a bit of a sore back. Leaning on my armrest.
I'm leaning back and just adjusting the position of my mic with the arm that I have, and I've got my feet up on a king chrome stool, playing entirely with the mouse.
I'm using what is it? One of Anna Maria's like kitchen iPhone holders that you clip to the side of the table, so it's very rigid. It can't move very far. There's some rubber bands holding the mic there.
So what you're saying is, since I know who your Kris Kringle is because I made the Kris Kringle lottery draw, I should tell them to buy you a mic arm.
That would be the best, actually. That'd be the first Kris Kringle where I've actually gone home with something I've kept and used.
Hey, I've given you many presents.
Oh, the beer. I definitely drank that. Used, not consumed.
That's right. I know who got yours and they should get you a good present. Alright, I'm starting now. Recording is live.
Battle started.
G'day everyone, we're back with King of the Hill livecast from AllReasonNoLogic's Sunday stream. Myself and Praedyth are on the mic to check out all the best plays and the wrong and right decisions made by our 3 kings on the top of the hill and the 13 peasants down on the low ground.
You're joining us on Throne, which is the birthing home of King of the Hill. A map that we just saw and talked about in chat has turned into quite the game mode that we have full lobbies for every Sunday night. If you want to join us, hit us up Sunday nights. Link in the description to join the Discord.
So, Throne and King of the Hill. Here are the rules for this game mode. Firstly, there's a 10-minute no rush timer, and due to the start box restrictions, the kings cannot pass that upper level, and the peasants cannot pass that lower level that Praedyth and I are neatly joining our lines together for. That was very intimate.
So that middle plateau is no man's land for the first 10 minutes of the game.
Also, no structures are allowed to hit the enemy eco centers. So you can shoot a Juno into that mid tier, you can shoot artillery into the mid tier, but not the upper and lower tiers. And then
defensive structures used for defense only, essentially.
Yeah, that's it. And of course, the no rush till 10 minutes. I can't remember. Was there another rule? I thought there was 4. Have fun.
Oh, we've turned we turn off air. And in general, and one of the great things about this community is that everyone helps to enforce those rules, because everyone's here to play a game that they love in a way that it isn't quite set up for. So everyone does their best to make it happen. So let's jump on in and let's have a look at what the kings are doing. We've got quite a heavy... we're going for essentially what would be considered a heavy eco start for the kings. They're all trying to put down as much eco as they can. They're all getting out a whole more constructors than you'd normally see. Looks like a range between 4 and 5 for each of the players, and they're just trying to get that eco out as best as possible. With 10 minutes,
we should probably note that there's the bonus of the resources for those kings as well. If you select one of those kings, you can see each mex is worth 3.7, whereas if you select one of the peasants around the map it, they're only worth 2.4.
One note for this one, we've only given Duffy a plus 40 because he was an incredibly dominant king, and he agreed to take a slight deficit to the bonus just so he could be a king again It does look like the peasant position is more favored in this game type. Running on down, let's look at a couple of the. Let's look at some of the peasant builds, and then we'll jump over to the some of the more interesting ones after we've looked at a standard one. So looking at Punjab, he's just going for the same thing that the Kings are, which is max eco, and this being a geo spot, he's trying to get that geo as soon as possible. Couple of builders, couple of build turrets, and that's about it. Whereas if we look at the top of the map, we see that there's 2 players up here that are going for what we consider to be a communist economy. It's where they both work together to try and get that edge early on.
And you really do need that from at least 1 or 2 lanes in this game mode. Of course, though, for the commanders up on the top of the hill, the Kings, they can now see which commander is down there. You see that beam of light coming out of the top of the commander, so they can see the light green player, SGT Raccoon, Sergeant Raccoon is being reclaimed. So they know that there's going to be eco happening over there. So maybe that's the first spot that they're going to attack.
For me, if I was a king, that's the side that I would put defenses for recluses against, because that's the side I'm expecting a T2 attack from. We've just got someone breaking the rules here. Just need to get a pause from someone. There we go. He's pulling them back. Unfortunately, because the game isn't quite set up for something like this, we can't use the no rush timers. We have to, otherwise the Kings would be stuck in a small box and the peasants could still go wherever they want.
I've just realised Duffy's been cheating. He just keeps reclaiming T1 labs.
So one of the quirks of having a bonus is if a building reclaims for 2,000 metal and you have plus 40 bonus, it'll actually reclaim for 2,800 metal. He did negotiate that plus 40 if he acknowledged he wouldn't do that. So
it's a bit upsetting to see.
Cheeky.
We'll see how much that affects him. I think he might get timed out for a week or 2 of the king being a king, because that bonus does help out so much. I think reclaiming.
Just looking at the eco, he's produced 3k more than the next highest king because of that. Which is actually quite a
unfortunate
extra bonus.
For anyone watching that, make sure you don't do that, because I think we're going to use this as the example. You will get banned. It's the one and only. Oh well, let's move on down around the base. We see some eco going on in the water now. The reason for eco in the water is it's quite safe down there. You're not going to get those economy centers destroyed so easily, so it doesn't hurt to have them down there. However, it does take a little bit longer to set these up, and you're getting no units on the land. Probably by the time you get a big enough eco in the water, you might be lucky to be getting T2 units out by the end of the 10 minutes.
It's also debatable on its worth, because yes, plus 20 for tidal is very good, but the wind here is 5 to 19, which means only a 6.2% wind risk. And even then, when you're wind risking, it's only a fraction under efficient. So I wouldn't worry too much about that one. It's mostly just if you want that safe play or if you don't have enough space. And considering there's 13 players for the peasants, space is definitely a concern, and not getting a start location can certainly, a standard start location can certainly affect your build. 6 minutes in, and it looks like we've got some players that are starting for huge spam rushes. Atlan is jumping in with ticks already, and it looks like Bondman is as well. So this could be a very, very aggressive side. Both of these players will converge on the one entrance. That entrance will have some beamer defense and some gauntlet defense, but if there's enough ticks, they'll just blow right on through. What you need is fire and lightning to defend that one. Having a look at the communist eco, Tank Tom and Sergeant Raccoon are putting together a very strong eco. They're going for the fusion. If you're going to do that, you really need to reclaim the lab. With a communist eco, it's very possible to get a fusion up, but it is also still a very large drain. 4,500 metal that's not going to be in units.
Would it also save, what is it? So it's 4,300 metal to build that, or the advanced geo 1,600.
Definitely going to get the advanced geo, so that's definitely a mistake out of these two, but it is what it is, and the fusion is less vulnerable than the geo, so we'll see whether that pays off for them. Quite a lot of T2 going on around the map, and a decent amount of communism units should start popping up around about now, and we're seeing recluses coming out of the green players to the side. Recluses super strong for this game mode because they can pop up and get into these ecos. We saw some good defense last time with the invisible cameras and pop-up turrets, but they came up at around about the 11 to 12 minute mark. So if these recluses come out faster this time, this could be absolutely devastating.
I'm just going to give Duffy a 12-minute time limit for T3. He's not allowed to build it.
He's got double fusion reactor at the 8-minute mark. Not impossible to do as a king, but that 3,000 metal definitely let him get that second one up. That's why he needed those. That's why he needed those fusions. Oh, sorry. That's why he needed those metal storages.
Yeah. So we got 1 minute left almost, and it looks like we're going into building facility now for the red player. I'm not sure if he's going to go T2 there. Yellow, Ollie's going for the recluse. And one thing we haven't seen yet out of these players
is spam. Doesn't look like this is going to be anywhere near as aggressive from the kings this time round.
You want spam for sure. In a map like this, that's what's going to get the win.
About it, and let's have a quick look at what everyone is rounding up. So we have recluses coming out of the green player. We have tick spam coming out of the out of Atlan. More ticks coming out of the purple player, but they look to be defensive because he's spending a lot on other things at the moment. So there's not going to be a big push from those coming up. Couple of T1 units, again, not overly aggressive out of the peasants this time round, going up to 20 seconds to go, and there's only a handful of units that are going to be pouring on in. Will be interesting to watch these recluses bypass each other. Even with the big eco bonus of the top of the tier, it's 8 recluses to 5, but they're going to come in on different angles, so they shouldn't cross paths.
Oh, 10 minutes passed. I'm too busy typing.
10 minutes have passed. Yep, we both saw that comment, and now we're getting the aggression in. Not enough units, I don't think, to break this very top side. With a couple of twin guards and LLTs, there's only a handful of ticks, so it doesn't look like they're going to punch on through. The recluses are heading on down. They're actually attacking on a weird vector. They're not using their mobility, they're just pushing on in. Ooh. And they walk into an EMP, so they're going to be absolutely cleaned up. And we have recluses that are coming up the steps over here. No defenses here. Alexei not quite got enough up and running for this, so these recluses are going to come in and do a lot of damage. We do have, while they're climbing up, we did have a tick attack over here, but that is being absolutely thwarted by mass fiends. The recluses pop over the wall. They've seen the comm. They're targeting the comm. The comm is not moving, has not reacted in time. We'll get a D-gun off that will hit one of them, but he is going down. Huge eco boom. That is one of the kings partially taken out of the fight. Not quite enough eco, not quite enough units, not quite enough defenses. These units have definitely paid for themselves. And this player, though not out, still definitely a fighting chance, but that's the sort of damage you need to see on a king in order for the kings not to take over early.
Oh, blue almost getting a scuttle into the base there. They do a lot of damage.
Scuttles being the invisible tanks, are they?
That invisible crawling bomb.
That's right. Wow, that would have been big if that had gone on in. But no dice, and we're now looking at a recluse defense for the yellow player while he tries to rebuild. And the peasants are just starting to come online now. Though with all these fiends from the red player, this is going to be a hard hold for Bondman and the blue player.
It is a clear eco advantage for the blue team at the moment with about, I don't know, it's hard to see with the reclaim. I think it's about 60 to 70% advantage.
Oof. A termite managed to get up into yellow's base again. And this time more eco down, a couple of these arbiters firing missiles off as well. Absolutely great offensive from the peasants players. But again, it is the red player they're going to be struggling the most to fight.
Yeah, Ollie doing a good job to defend here, but not splitting his units up, all going for the one spot, which are the arbiters, and those termites are still on the other side. Sorry, the recluses are still on the other side of the base there.
So as long as the kings manage to hold this spot in a decent manner, it should give the red team enough time to push down into one of the bases. We do have Karganeths that are starting to push in
Those
on the other side.
Those fiends are doing a lot of damage to themselves by being a bit too clumped up.
We'll see whether or not the Karganeths manage to push on in and do the damage they need to. We do have an invisible comm. Should be able to get some good D-guns. That is great positioning. Should be able to get all three. Perfect.
Oh,
Perfect
wow.
D-gun right there. That shuts down so much metal out of the T3 player. And we have a big run by on two sides. They're heading up into the middle. This is big damage now. The fiends are cleaning it up. All of the build turrets are cleaning it up, and it looks like the top holds just, but a lot of damage done. And now the ticks are streaming in. A stream is not quite as devastating based on the defenses that are here. Those twin guards are going to be great for shutting down the stream, but they do need to get a little bit more here. A Karganeth moving into place to try to deal with this. Rocketeers, great for breaking defenses, but more so for breaking LLTs, not twin guards. Twin guards do have one of their two lasers capable of hitting them at max range. Another group of ticks trying to pump on through, but no dice here. The offensive has effectively been blunted on the bottom side because the fiends were needed for defense, and that's giving the peasants more chances to get on up the hills. Does look like this is turning into a slight bit of peasant favor, but we do still have scaling economy. The APHIS is up for Duffy, and APHIS is going down for the red player. If they can hold on for a little while and push on out with these units, should be very strong, considering there's 9 Karganeths. That's the sort of attack that can break a base and break a defense like this. Definitely does need to close that little gap where the light blue ticks are building up, because it's another area they can punch on through. Sounds like one of the players is getting greedy and going for a T3 eco, or just some T3 units.
That
Look at
APHIS
this.
probably about 1 minute off for the blue player.
Very, very good. And the top side is just top side Tank Tom is just starting to get theirs as well, and it's not affecting their tick spam. So we should see plenty of opportunities to punch on in.
Tank Tom's ticks are really building up in numbers, but these twin guards are going to do quite a bit against them. Having said that, it's probably the best. Yeah.
If they follow that gap, but there's a demon and some
Demon's
Karganeths.
probably the best thing to go against them, and
it's just the worst timing. Oh,
and it's clumped them up, and so they're just going to explode.
They're going to absolutely melt.
That is not how to do ticks.
That's unfortunate. Though the one thing the demon did do is it did take out one of the twin guards, and that could actually make a difference in the future. Tank Tom needs to switch away from these ticks if he's not going to use them.
Duffy really going into some big expansion now with a huge build power field going up, going into some extra eco, and I really hope he's not about to reclaim another lab.
Look, if you reclaim one lab, it is okay, but using it to generate metal is a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those things you just have to play it by ear, because if the kings are losing and they start doing that, not such a problem. If they're winning and they're doing that, and if they're winning because of doing that, it's more of a problem.
I mean,
Looks like
he's actually building constructors out of this one, so this one's okay.
Having a look up here, we've actually got a recluse attack getting ready to jump on in, but there's a lot of twin guards, and we've seen how effective twin guards are for defense, even against recluses.
These are actually demons, which are even better in my opinion.
I think we're looking at different areas.
Oh, we are.
But that is a-okay. There's recluses coming up in all areas. And the recluses are actually popping over the hill for defense as well. One of the things you have to do is keep them mobile, because those missiles, they track a teeny bit, but not much. Having a look at what's going on for the peasants, we have APHIS coming up for the blue player. No great expansion coming out from from Atlan at the moment, but he does have a Juno for defense just in case. T3 out of 10 gun tank.
Mm.
That's going to get a catapult. That could shake things up a little bit.
It's
Having
really
a look down.
interesting to see that economies. Usually after this game goes for a while, the space restriction that the red team has at the top of the map stops their eco from booming, but they've actually caught up with Duffy going into all these AFSs, whereas we've only got an advantage of about 20% now in metal income from the peasants. We were at about 60-70 before.
There's a huge amount of spending from the peasants into T3 labs and AFSs, and we'll see whether that ends up paying off, because if the top team does scale as hard as it looks like they are right now, it could become very hard for the peasants to actually beat whatever's coming out from them. But similarly, if the peasants are given too much time and they can all pressure all sides at once, with particularly long-range artillery, that sort of thing, it could be a massive problem, because you only have to get close-ish to the kings to start raining missiles down. Things like your arbiters and your arbiters getting in again, they nearly take out a fusion reactor. Yellow really is the punching bag of this map at the moment, though. If all of these units do manage to push in for red, then I think that there'll be a peasant punching bag, but playing cautiously at the moment and just letting all of these Sheldons just rain fire down and chip damage away. And here comes the catapult, raining so much damage onto that red army.
Probably gave its position away a little bit too quick. I would have tried to just lob some missiles up over the hill and hope for the best at getting an eco.
Hitting army is good, hitting eco is significantly better. And this is one of the areas where the catapult is actually slightly inferior to the Vanguard. The Vanguard's arc of fire lets them shoot up onto these cliffs more easily, whereas the catapult struggles a little bit with that. Red understanding that he needs to push in, because that catapult can do a lot of damage to his army. A little bit of a
hack with that is just aim for the very peak of one of those hills and you'll be able to miss a few of those missiles and they'll go over the top.
Does look like there is so much spam coming out of the orange player right now, pushing down towards the green side of the map, that this is turning into a bit of a struggle there. Spam trying to meet it in return, but the Kargis are cleaning it up nicely. This spam is actually slated to run around the entirety of the neutral platform. Not neutral anymore, but that's what it was at the start of the map, and then head on down into the bases. So he's building himself a vision and unit defense.
We might see a Kargi push into yellow right now.
Oh, aren't those oranges Kargis? So aren't they?
The blue Kargi.
Oh, the blue. Oh no! There's a couple of recluse here to defend, but Kargis actually do pretty good against recluses. They do pretty good against. Oh no, he's popped over. He's popped over the cliff pretty hard, but he's going to get the fusion. Can he get? He's not going to get the second one. Too much damage going on to the
very want that catapult doing a little bit of extra damage from down the bottom, but we don't see that.
And with this spam starting to make its way around the neutral platform, it's going to get much harder to do those sorts of attacks. And the catapult's definitely caught out now. Going down to the grunts and the surround bonus. Those of you that don't overly play, if you surround a unit, then all the attacks do a heck of a lot more damage. Quick look at the ecos, it's actually very, very even at the moment, slightly 10% in favor to the red team. And that is going to start hurting a lot as these players start pushing in and doing damage. One catapult to defend against two demons that are backed up by an army of fiends and Sheldons. This is going to start being a big problem. You got to get that comm hidden, but standing still is not going to be the name of the game, because the Sheldons already have a trace on it and the fiends already know where it is. That is a comm down, and it looks like we're going to have the first break for our peasants team as the kings punch on through.
Sniper's doing quite good work on the top tier, sorry, the middle tier, the green side, green-blue, B-bomb and artificial banana managing to deal with all this spam.
They just have to find a way to get the snipers to fire onto the defenses so they can push in, as compared to firing into all of those grunts, because every single one of those grunts is consuming, what is it, 2,000 energy a shot or something along those lines? And those snipers need to be putting their damage elsewhere, because right now the bottom side of the map is getting trashed by demons. One of the questions just popped up from the spectators. Air is not enabled at the moment. And it looks like the green side is about to have 2 fronts that they need to defend, and considering the struggle they're having against all of that spam, that is going to be a tough call, especially since one of the things they have to defend against is demons. Looking up the top, we've got a second Aphis about to come online for Tank Tom, and hopefully we'll see him moving into units like Karganeths to try and punch in and take on this eco, because all it will take to swing this match is a couple of arbiters at the bottom of this cliff that hit on these
vanguards. I'd love to see out of Tank Tom.
Or vanguards. Any sort of long range unit that can hit high into this. Like we're seeing them right now. The arbiters are hitting the spam, the buildings that are constructing the spams. They've destroyed the. They're working on destroying the spam line. They're working on destroying the build power. And if they can fire just a little bit deeper, they'll be on the metal conversion. And if they can take out that metal conversion, it would be
what just happened
huge.
on the left? Missed that. Commander down.
Looks like a commander went down. I can't see what was killing it though.
A ton of recluse came over the back. That was maybe a distraction.
Unfortunately for the, unless all comms go down, that's not the biggest loss for the red team. It's just something they can either res or eat. What we really need to do is see the popping of some of those Aphis or some of that conversion. The conversion very easy to pop. Looks like we have
I think red's just ahead still.
We've got a very strong hold coming from the purple side with these starlights pushing back just about everything, with the spam line in front of them protecting them. And what are we seeing here? We've got a it's just a couple of shell shockers that are firing up into the base, nothing too crazy.
These arbiters are doing a lot more damage at a tank home, and there we go, we see a massive hit of those arbiters just guessing.
Yes, and that right there could be enough to turn this match around, because that is so much conversion that just got shut down. That's
straight away, we went from a 15% advantage to a 20% advantage in the other favour, so we're looking at a 35% turnaround in eco there.
Yep, that is absolutely huge. And it does look like the rest of the attacks have been halted, and the purple team, the purple side, is taking the opportunity to try and push on in using the range of those starlights to try and punch through the defenses. There is no spam at the moment, and there's a huge T1 wall in the front and a large contingent of T2 fiends that might be able to help push on in. If they can break these defenses here, it would be huge.
All those arbiters that did all the damage have just not been microly getting taken out by all these Karganeths now, but all the action is down south, like you said.
Yep, pushing on in. A lot of those starlights have fallen now.
Definitely
the explosions taking out a lot of those units. They pushed up with a move command and not a fight command, unfortunately. So they got in range of a lot of things and taken out. So that is that blunted. But now we have welders pushing in from the top side of the map, and they're only fighting into T1, a couple of twin guards.
I think Tom is not building the right units to deal with these Karganeths that have now pushed all the way through, taking his commander, but he needs to stop building arbiters and get some snipers out. He doesn't have snipers. Cans, mammoths, and his commander is not hidden.
Karganeths are so strong for taking out just about everything, and because that comm is not hidden, it's not even going to be able to get a single D-gun off. Gotta invis that comm. And look at them taking out spam. Their missiles are just so efficient for taking out spam. Does look like it's going to get the T2 lab. Huge blow for the team, for that team up there. And one of the Kargis is still almost on full health. The build power should go down. And if the build power goes down, then all it will take is a time. Oh, managed to eat one of those Kargis just in time. The last one heading over towards the Aphis. It's killing the wrong Aphis. But there is the conversion, half the conversion. There's the rest of the conversion, and that is all of the Aphis gone down. Big blunder for the Peasants team. One of the greatest ecos on that side, and it could have been so easily avoided.
So against Kargis, you just want to get those high DPS T2 units out, or the ones with the higher health, like the Mammoth.
even with all the additional micro that comes from having all of these players, it does look like we're getting a lot of situations where the peasants are just being caught out in bad spots with units. We just had a vanguard sitting on its own just below yellow's base. It only managed to get one shot off before it was cleaned up by the recluse, and now only seconds later we have its defenses coming in the form of razorbacks. Imagine if those razorbacks had actually been in front of it and able to defend it. This could be another eco center going down. But as things stand, red is pushing back into the lead when it comes to the eco, as we're getting a lot more of the conversion back online.
What we need to do is get 1 or 2 vanguards up on one of those hills, maybe there, maybe over here where we've got possession of the land, anywhere over here, and just dumbfire up onto the hill. You're going to hit something at this stage of the game where most of the area is blanketed by eco.
The other thing that's also worth looking at is trying to sneak some invisible units in. At this stage, there's almost undoubtedly going to be some holes in the defenses.
After changing over to the catapults.
Catapult's going to be devastating based on the compositions that they're fighting against a lot of small units. However, the slow fire rate is definitely going to be a bit of a problem because of all the spam. So all sides just fighting on the neutral platform at the moment, but it does certainly seem that the kings are getting that little bit extra chip damage against the peasants. So it's ever so slowly, I think, going to start swinging towards the kingos over time.
Cannot see any sort of artillery or long-range attack units coming out of any of the peasants' teams, so I don't see how this is going to change. We have the one vanguard. Oh, sorry, vanguard's coming out of Raccoon, probably the only player.
We do have a sniper wall just at the orange entrance. Certainly is going to help clean up a lot of this spam, but again, that's a lot of power going into those shots, and all it takes is some manual fire from all of these from these 6 catapults to take all of that down. We definitely need to see some value coming out of them before they're taken out.
I think Tom going to try and rebuild, but going straight into the advanced geo doesn't have the eco for that, unfortunately.
You gotta scale the way that you can, though it doesn't look like he has a. Oh, he does have another builder, so he is getting wind. Hoping for that overflow economy. Look at how close to the edge so much of this conversion is. Orange has some right behind his front turrets. Yellow has his right next to the front entrance. One catapult, which penetrates shields because they're missiles, would just be able to cripple the eco yet again, but nothing. But that's the advantage we have seeing from the top. Large recluse army popping in from purple. Does look that is a huge recluse army coming in from all sides. This actually could be enough to clean up red. I wish they were on a bit more of a fight command.
Look over on the left hand side, red's base being attacked by a ton of recluse.
Yep, already looking in on that one. He needs to target that Aphis before he loses all of them. But he's only managed to take out T1 Wind, so despite this huge attack and how vicious it looked, it still hasn't actually done a crazy amount of damage. That's some conversion going, that's a fusion going, that's the Aphis, and it's gone. That is red effectively completely reset. That's one of the kings down. What a great play out of the purple.
Just like that, blew back into the eco advantage for metal.
Actually, that's crazy. The one player has been taken out for the kings essentially.
Oh, Duffy though, mammoth attack. Now it's back into other advantage.
Yep. Because that was an eco center taken out. Why on earth would you build your eco there? Like, let's just be honest. Why would you build your eco there? There's so many spots you could go to, and that's where it ended up. Very, very, very hard spot to defend. And now we've got this push coming in.
Oh no.
Duffy teasing the players, saying that he can 1v13.
At the stage of the game, I don't think he's wrong.
He's got the eco for it, and with the defenses that Alexi, a AllReasonNoLogic regular, is throwing out there, I definitely think that he's got a good shot at it. There's only 7 comms left, but green side is getting up there with Thors. They're starting to get vanguards. They've got huge amounts of defenses, that sniper line. There is a possibility here. What he needs to do is EMP those catapults with the Thor's EMP missiles and try and bust on in. Oh, great. I don't know what did it there. Might have been Arbiters. No, it's a Vanguard. It is a Vanguard that just took out a huge chunk again of the
nice.
Of the conversion, and the Vanguard is moving on around, still targeting that same spot. But if he changes targets, should be able to. How is he moving and targeting one place?
I don't know. That's a great question.
I need to learn how to do that.
High trajectories on, hold positions on.
It's got to be a command similar to fight. I've been trying to work out how to do that for a long time. Unfortunately, it is backing away right now. But the eco is again in favor of the blue team despite losing the purple side of things. The push has been slowed down but not stopped. Those mammoths, there's 12 mammoths, they are going to be an absolute nightmare to stop, and purple isn't sending his units that way. It looks like purple is just getting as many recluse as he can and is going to try and push into the middle despite losing the eco. Looking in the water, purple has just been spamming out that safe eco in the background. Same with the... Wow, we actually have some ships coming in. We have mobile anti-nuke coming up. The naval players, this game has been going on long enough, they might actually start to make a difference.
Well,
But
T3 lobbies are up almost, so we'll probably see a bunch of Titans come out of that player in the water.
would love to see a huge Titan attack, but unfortunately we're getting another player eliminated by the spam and the mammoths. This spam in front of these mammoths is actually going to be really hard to stop, considering that the players that he's about to run into are focused mostly on spam themselves and what was recluse. We do have some starlights coming in, but the starlights are going to get stopped on the spam, wasting their valuable shots, and the eco is so vulnerable. The pawns are going to get right into that, and one pawn got there and it's already 28%. That's going to be the eco going. Oh, Bondman manages to save it just in time. Manages to hold that. Wow, that was crazy close.
The spam coming in on orange, though, is probably going to stop these starlights from being effective. They need to back up, and unfortunately, he's probably going to turn these around, which is not going to do much. Actually,
yeah,
no, he's committing.
They definitely needed to be on a fight command. Razorbacks actually lose in a 1v1 versus Mammoths, and we've got a lot of spam pinging. Snipers in the background, though, helping out. Razorbacks still charging in, and it does look like that attack was cleaned up. So we've just managed to survive with the peasants still slightly ahead on the eco, but with the powerhouses that are up the top, is going to be so hard to push into.
We're seeing a high trajectory go onto the advanced energy converter on the right hand side, and boom.
Oh yes! Again, all of this metal that you can take out, as long as you have the forces to deal with what they currently have, if you're crippling their eco like this, you will slowly overwhelm the kings. What a tight game this is turning into. But the Karganeths are marching. The yellow Karganeths are marching. Yellow feels safe enough with 12 pulsars at the top that is sending his Karganeths out on the offensive. And the only thing there to really stop them is a couple of Razorbacks and some spam. Spam falls so hard to these, and with the mammoths in front, I don't actually think that this attack will be stopped in time unless we get some absolutely insane comm D guns, which could happen. We've seen it from Bombman before, but his comm is weak. His comm is very weak, but it is in a good position. He's going to get 3 with the first D gun, misses the D gun, and the mammoths are going to take him down. That is unfortunate, but still blunted half the attack. We'll see whether or not that's enough to save the rest of the base. The Karganeths. Oh, spam coming in from the left side. It's going to take out the eco center. Karganeths doing what they need to do. The spam has been mismicroed, so it's standing there and not doing anything, but it's being caught. It's heading on in. That's the eco center down. The Karganeths and the spam managing to push their way in. That is a devastating blow. This is one of the strongest peasant factions left, and they've just been crippled. Income still in favor of the blue team, but that's all about to change. Well, it's not about to change completely, but it's about to get a nice hefty chunk out of it.
Nicely done by Ollie with those Kargis, a nice push, and like you said, those pulses giving him confidence. But we have a ton of Kargis coming over the hill on the north, returning fire. Sorry, on the south, returning fire.
That is a lot of Kargis, and they are lined up to get one of the eco centers. The only thing there to really stop them is some recluses, and a couple of Kargis from the yellow player as well. He just has to micro these well enough that they punch on through and get that conversion. Or with the recluses following up, if only the recluses had gone in to take those initial volleys, shields going down, it does look like the conversion gets done, and so does the build power. The build power is huge. Even if they have the metal, they can't spend it, and it does look like the conversion has gone down on the other side of the map now. So this is now a big problem for the Kings. All the conversion is down. That means that their total metal income's only sitting at 500. And I think a lot of that may have to do with some reclaim from build turrets near units. This is going to be a pretty big problem for the red team.
I thought the Kings were in the advantage at that stage of the game.
But it does look like the overwhelming micro and the continuous attack and siege from these players is pushing just over the edge for the red team. They're now in very dire straits. I still think it will take a while for the peasants to push in, and the red team really needs to get their conversion back online. They need to get it shielded, they need to get it protected. They do still have a huge army out. These Kargis should actually be able to push all the way back out, take Tank Tom, and keep on going. In fact, there's almost no resistance if they keep attacking around the outside. Yep, the direction, he's seen it, he's going to follow it. If they keep going in that direction...
Oh, some recluses almost getting that last big block of conversion down on the right-hand side, but the man that's getting there just in time.
Is the only thing keeping them in the game. But again, the question is, can the peasants stop this Karganeth attack? It's slow, it's pondering, but I don't think Tank Tom has enough, and I think that the eco center is close enough for the last purple player in the map to do something. It's strong enough to push on through that. So all that has to happen is the Kings hold on long enough for them to equalize. Red doing his absolute best to get back in the game, and is trying to get spam down to stop all that sniper pushing. But it does seem like the vanguards are really punching above their weight and getting the damage deep into the base. Kargi's starting their march through Tank Tom. Tank Tom, he's got an invis comm. He actually has to wait for the first Kargi to go past, but he doesn't. Now the Kargis can see him, they are targeting him. He will turn invisible again, but he now knows that they're there, though the Kargis, two more go down, but now that's the comm visible. The Kargi's not firing. They bunched up on each other, not going down. And the missile's slightly off kilter. He's moving now, and they're all bunched up. This is great for the peasants. Tank Tom's going to get a huge D-gun here. Might even get a second. He does. That is one of the biggest hopes for the team, for the Kings. Absolutely nuked. These Kargis should still be able to push down Tank Tom's base, but I think Tank Tom just did the damage that's going to save the grey player.
The red players just had enough time, and they've just come back online now.
They have come back online, but not economically. They've only come back online with units. What he really needs is conversion, and that's starting to come down now because the energy excess for the yellow team is absolutely crazy.
I think Tom's base down for the second time. Nicely done. He had stopped 90% of those Kargis. Well, probably
he did.
80%.
And as I said, I think that's going to be the game. I reckon that's going to be one of the game-winning plays right there, taking out all those Kargis, because it means that purple should have enough to take on the rest.
Wow, Duffy using 158 APM at the moment.
He's trying to win. He's trying to win really hard. He's doing his best with micro, but and he is getting conversion back up online now, so he will have additional metal. But look at this push coming in. This is a couple of dragons trying to fend off 12 Razorbacks. This is going to be rough. I actually think you might be able to almost push straight on in at this point, but doing the smart thing, going around the outside, looking for conversion, looking for more units. And if they do manage to find that big conversion pack, I think it's all over for the Kings. Demons going down to pawns and
Juggernaut hitting from the south. It's all happening now for the...
It's all happening now, and that's one of the biggest conversion packs left in the map gone. Eco down to 400, and that's all of the build power down for Duffy. And the Aphis is down. that is essentially all she wrote for the Kings team. In fact, it is all she wrote. What a well-fought game out of both players. Fantastic moves from both sides that managed to push this one right to the extreme. I genuinely thought the Kings were going to win it a couple of fights, and it was only towards the end that the Peasants really did start to absolutely do the work that was needed. Some great snipes from long-range units getting the eco, some absolute great holds, and what a great job from our community.
Yeah, nicely done. Looking at the graphs, you can see Duffy really ahead there with the metal produced ticks with the start of the game, but not to worry, it probably made for a little bit more of a competitive game. But yeah, by reclaiming those labs after building them instantly gives you a bonus that you have against your name, which was 40% for Duffy. Energy produced, also massive there. Duffy just well ahead of all the other players for eco, and not taking really any eco damage right until the end of the game there, apart from a couple long range hits from those vanguards. And then damage dealt. The red and orange players doing a lot of damage. Ollie coming online, the yellow player, with those Kargis and doing quite a bit of damage as well, but then consistently out of all the Peasants working together to get the job done at the end of the game there.
Considering how many times Yellow got shut down at the start, I think it was 3 raids by Recluse that took him down 3 times. The fact that he came on back and outdid all of the other Peasants for damage, that's pretty impressive.
Nicely done, Peasants. So
quickly looking at the stats for damage efficiency. One of the contributing factors for the win was the Peasants getting 116% damage efficiency. So they did really smart engagements, and they really cleaned house with the metal. So great job for those guys.
I'm just so impressed by Duffy's actions per minute.
Oh my god. I do not want to play him in a PvP game. That would be terrifying.
Oh, I don't even get a third of that.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. I hope you liked this game. We had us on the edge of our seats, and we hope it had you too. If you did, drop us a like. We've just hit 200 subs, and we're super stoked on that. Leave us a comment. We're heading into the Christmas season, so time's getting tight, but we appreciate it, and we will read out to you. If you ever want to join us, jump on down into the Discord, link in the description. We'd love to have you on these nights.
That's it, guys. We hope to see you next time.
Catch you next time. Hey, Twig.
Yeah.
What would you say if we hadn't recorded that?
Oh no.
What would you say if I just started the recording just then?
Oh no, that was such a good one too.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. I'm still streaming, so people have got my reaction to that.
I thought you would be. Let's jump back into the other channel.
No worries. Nice one, guys.
That was back and forth like crazy.
We thought the Kings had that for probably the last half an hour. Duffy, that's just insane. How many APM you have?
Snipes.
Like, I did notice the eco was surprisingly even between both teams for the longest time.
Yeah.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Until the massive eco snipes, Duffy, your eco was just outstripping the entire Peasant team. We couldn't believe it. Like, absolutely phenomenally done. And like to everyone actually, like the guys who got knocked out. Tom, when you managed to come back in, your degunning of the Karganeths at the top.
Oh, there were so many that were...
It actually changed the game. I actually reckon there were enough Karganeth that they could have come in and punched out.
They could have gotten
the
B-bomb
B-bombs eco. Yep. So
yeah,
that was
they would have just had them rolling around because there was a lot of Kargis in that.
And the Arbiters and the Vanguards, and also purple sides. You absolutely crushed it with those Recluses rolling in. You managed to hold the front and sort of let the players concentrate on the other side. Then you just came in with like 25,000 Recluse. It was amazing. Oh my god! I'm staggered by this one. This was such a good watch.
I mean, to be fair, there was also that one Twin Guard that had gotten maximum promotion.
Oh my god, the Twin Guards were MVPs in this. The amount of tick spam that they deflected, like,
yeah,
bloody hell.
I think at one point there were just too many wrecks for the ticks to actually get through.
Normally, that's only an issue when you're running with vehicles.
I actually saw a king. I actually saw a king in another another one of these rounds using the D gun to clear the ramp from Rex.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that does work.
But man, what a like. That's the like. Like you guys are the king. Do you in the king positions? Do you guys feel hard done by in that map, or did you think that you had a good shot at winning?
I mean, it was really good chance.
Because this is the sort of balance
it was
that we.
Very close.
This is the sort of balance that we loved because looking at it from all perspectives, we thought it was really balanced. But being the kings and being on the losing side, I reckon like I wanted to know what you guys' opinions were for it.
Killing the 40 OS like almost straight away definitely helped.
Yeah,
Juba dying that early did help.
Yeah,
did help a lot. But it's just you can only attack and defend so many angles.
So yeah. I wish we could even it up a little bit. Like it's a hard thing because if this map was slightly bigger, so that you had 4 prongs at the top and you could have 4 kings, I reckon that'd be phenomenal. Because then you just have that little bit of extra APM.
We actually have a map that allows 4-pronged.
But anyway, that was that was. I really am blown away by how close that one was and how good the plays were. They really were. So many people making the right choices. Sometimes we get in games where we say things like, "Oh man, if only they'd," or we say something like, "That was so close. A little bit of scouting information would have." But in this game, it was just like everyone was playing on point from both teams.
I will say though that there was at the end there when the 12 Razorbacks was there before the Behemoth got up and running, there was a time where they could just have pushed the 12 Razorbacks in.
Yeah, there was. Oh yeah, there's lots of times like that throughout the game, but it wasn't like some games where you feel like one team was cheated because of things that they didn't do or because of things the other team did.
Yeah, like it didn't feel like there was anything. It was just a case of APM stall here and there.
Yeah, like it would be great to be able to throw an extra player or two at them in that, like after 30 minutes, just so they could control 1 person per exit and 2 people for attack. Anyway, we really appreciate
Duffy's APM.
Oh, it was crazy, 150 at times.
Jesus.
I know, right?
Do any of you guys want the lobby because we will be disappearing in here?
Yeah, we really appreciate everyone joining us, but this is the night over for us. It is it is a Monday for us tomorrow, so back to work.
Winnie, are you sticking around? I know you're up for a bit longer, so we can leave the boss with you, or
I think I'm actually planning on switching game.
No worries.
They're already trying to take over the lobby.
Does anyone in here want it?
Yeah, you can boss me.
No.
That was B-Bomb, was it? I think I remember that voice now, finally. That was Duffy?
I thought it was Duffy.
Too many people talking at once. Alright. There we go.
Alright. But, yeah, again, I really can't express how appreciative we are for everyone who comes out to these nights.
Yeah.
Especially the fact that we're now filling a Discord up, basically. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It used to be we'd look to try and fill a lobby, and now we fill a lobby and have a whole bunch of spectators.
Alright, thanks everyone, and we'll catch you on the next stream.
Alright, see you guys.
How many subscribers did you get?
Yeah.
206.
Nice, got 10 tonight. Duffy, I've added in an extra role just for you.
Welcome to the club, Duffy.
Why you nerf me, man?
Because you weren't wrong. You almost 13 verse 1. That's why. Almost.
We looked at we actually looked at the event link come after that reclaim. You were like double the other kings at that point. That's crazy.
Oh,
All right.
damn.
But thanks, look, and thanks for being a king. Like, just hands down, absolute monster of a player, and we love it. So,
Yeah.
all right, thank you everybody, and we'll catch you next time.